Hey there guys, it's Cath, and today we're finally getting to the unboxing for the Mijello paints. I've actually already filmed this way beforehand when I first got them, but I forgot about it and under all the junk that is called my files. Here I have the Mission Gold Class Pure Pigment set of 15 milliliters of 24 watercolor tubes and 2 additional 7 ml tubes. So it makes up a total of 26. Okay, and this was gifted to me by my friend who does not wish to be named, but thank you! Thank you for this awesome birthday gift. So Mijello, I'm gonna stick to Mijello from now on, okay? Mijello is a Korean brand of watercolors. You can find the paints here in Philippines at ArtBar. I don't know if you can find the exact same set. Fair warning, it's much more expensive locally. I had this shipped to me from Korea, so I had no doubts that this was a legit product. I'll put the link down below from the shop I bought it from. This is not sponsored. Nothing in this video is sponsored, okay? Not unless I say this. Someone please sponsor me, thanks. They have this cloth paper cover that greets you and 2 pamphlets inside. This one is just translations for this leaflet. Oh yeah, here, full color chart of their pure pigment set. I know they have 105 from the gold class, and you can buy the individual tubes in the mall. So here it just shows the series. So Mijello prices A to H, with A being the least expensive and H being the most expensive, because it also depends on how rare and how hard it is to process the pigments for the paints. The light fastness, transparency, and the staining qualities that the paint has. You're also going to notice that Mijello doesn't have any cadmium paints. So you're not going to find any of your cadmium reds or your oranges or your yellows, because they omitted that from this line since they are very toxic heavy metals. Okay, so here we have the 15 and 7 milliliter tubes together, just so you get an idea of the sizes that it has. The label, and you can see the light fastness and other info for the colors on the tube here on the side. And here I've got my 4 tubes that I just put in this small box. I have 3 white class. I just brought the primaries, and an orange from the gold class. So the difference between the white and the gold is just supposedly, well, it is. Why am I saying supposedly? White class is a hybrid between watercolor and gouache, and they are more categorized as a designer watercolor instead of an artist's grade watercolor, and dries way faster than the gold class watercolors. So here I've already put them in my tins. They're half pans. I've also included the 4 tubes not included in this palette, and I let them out to dry, and as you can see, they're still glistening and wet. I bought the tins that came with half pans inside them from Shopee as well. If I can find the shop, I'll link it below. I've also already labeled the half pans with the pigment number and the pigment name. They have magnets at the bottom. This is very useful when I go out painting in cafes. I love to do that. So I made these little swatches that I can put in the tin cans for me to carry around. So yeah, here's a little swatch time lapse for you guys, and I'll be back. Okay, here's a little demo of how the paints react and behave on paper when you use it dry on wet or wet on wet. As you can see, similar to other Japanese watercolor brands, the pigments do not bleed easily, and there's not much movement compared to the other watercolors. So if you like watercolors that behave on their own, I don't think this is the one for you. But if you like controlling your colors on the paper, then Mijello paints are good. As you can see, they don't bleed that much, and a small dot is super well saturated enough for you to use on your painting. You don't need to use a lot. The colors are so clean and they're vibrant and they pop so much, and they also blend easily with the other colors. Well, yeah, that's an advantage of having single pigments in the paint. Alright, so let's get to trying them out. I know I've already posted a video before this using these paints. Haha! I know that's supposed to be the first video out, but I didn't edit it yet. Okay, so let's try these paints out. Here I've got my pens already in the half pans, and yes, I do put my brushes in spam tins because I do not have a brush holder. Yeah, and here's my new sketchbook that I've been trying to fill out. Okay, and of course, you know, I can't start painting without my coffee. I also just wanted to let you guys know that this is a two-part video. Initially, when I was sketching, I didn't intend for it to be a two-page spread, but I wanted to talk about another topic, which I'm going to be doing in my next video. So if you want to see the full finished painting for this spread, just wait for that and it'll be out next week. Yeah, thank you. So let's talk more about these paints, shall we? First off, these watercolors are so staining. They will stain your palette the second it comes in contact with it. Another thing is some colors, when you mix them in the palette, they tend to separate. You can use ox gold in your paint or your water if you want your paints to have more flow. So as you see me painting, like I didn't mix anything too much. Maybe just the oranges that I'm using, because I've also noticed that Mijello does not have that many mid-tone yellows. The permanent yellow light is the only single yellow pigment. They actually cover up my pencils and my color pencil sketches underneath very well. You don't, unless you use like a really dark blue. Also, I know on their site to make a 28 color set with your 24, 26 colors. Yeah, you can just look that up. I don't really use that many colors or pre-mixed colors in my palette. I tend to just buy the primaries and then use a limited palette for most of my paintings. And before I forget, with the white class being a hybrid of the gouache and watercolor, honestly, having used both of them, I don't really see that much of a difference. It's not, the white class isn't your traditional gouache as well. It acts like more of a watercolor than a gouache. It's not, it is opaque compared to the gold class, but it is not that opaque like your traditional gouache. So if you're looking to use these paints as gouache, you might not get it to work the way that you want it to. This is just a quick sketch and painting just to see and show you guys how the paint flows, how it mixes, and how vibrant it is once you put it on the paper. Everything I've said so far. Let me know what you guys think of the paints. If you've bought them, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell icon and check out my Instagram for more works, and I'll see you in the next video.